Good morning, guys. This is Stephen Howard, my dog Yucca. Say hi, Yucca. Hi, Yucca. We got a tail wag, too. It's sunrise. That's why I look a little weird with the color. A little bright. We're out here in Red Rock. My video shut off. I was in the middle of recording. And when that happens, it's because sometimes the messages. I was trying to explain this to a friend of mine. If you have a radio and you have an antenna, you know how when you move the antenna around, like it'll get squirrely or get a lot of static? But if you get the antenna pointed to the right spot, it'll be crystal clear. So that's really what channeling is like. It's like having an antenna in your head or in your body, and if you're on the right vibration and you're coming from the right place, you'll line up with all of the messages and all of the answers. So, people tend to judge people, and they judge them by things that don't really exist. Or let me rephrase that. People judge people on things that exist and not necessarily on things that they can't see, touch, or feel. You see, you can tell somebody, oh yeah, I'm feeling this. This has been happening ever since my motorcycle crash. I've been feeling touched or connected, or like something more powerful than me is watching over me and protecting me. I can't even die right. It's like Castaway. I went up to the tree, and of course I had to test it, so I threw this log that was about my weight off, and the branch broke. So I can't even die right. So I think what I'm trying to say. That was a really weird combination of messages, by the way, this morning. So, what do we have? We have antenna. Okay, so if you're operating in the high vibrations and you're doing things out of love, smoking's bad for you, but it sure feels so good. People don't understand. It tastes so good. Makes me feel like, I don't know, probably a tobacco, a nicotine buzz. Probably need to quit smoking. But I love it. I will smoke until I die. It's from Triple X. And the guy got hit by a heat-seeking missile because he was smoking. So I channel a lot of movies. I channel a lot of energy when songs also come to mind. I know we've been having a lot of rights problems on YouTube, so when we bring up people's music in our download. So I don't really do that. Movies, I don't think so much. If anything, they need to be promoted more. So, where was I? Oh yeah. So if your crystals are aligned, if your chakras are aligned, and you feel like that bliss about life, that you're like a kid at Christmas. When you wake up in the morning, you're just excited about life. You're excited for what the day holds, regardless of the coronavirus and lockdown and all the stressful stuff that we deal with every day. You know, people that are in lower vibration in your surroundings, if you got a protection bubble up, they just kind of bounce right off. And then they're like bounced off over on the ground on their butt, wondering why they're on their butt. And it's because they came up to you and gave you a bunch of negative vibration, and you said, I'm protected, I'm divinely protected, it's not going to work. So it's not that you don't love these people, it's not that you don't care for them, it's not that you wouldn't work with them again. It's that they can't infiltrate or infect you with their stuff. And if they have, what you have to do is do a cleansing and then put your bubble up. And the next time you see them, I guarantee they're going to end up on their ass. So a lot of people don't realize that when they're around me, that I have guides. The guides give me downloads. The guides are my friends that were in the 3D and died and are now in the 5 or 7 or 10D. I don't study the Ds, but I probably should. There's a lot of course of study that I need to take. So if to a lot of other people that are on different levels of the collective, to some people they're looking at me and going, "Man, you're an infant." And the truth of the matter is, yes, I've only been truly, truly feeling awakened since this last summer. This last summer, impacted me in ways that will change the course of my life forever. I saw things and did things and was in a vibration that was so wonderful that it basically couldn't be maintained. And I gotta figure out how to get back there to that vibration. Where you wake up in the morning and everything is just great. It couldn't be better. That's what you want out of life. You want to wake up every day and have people around you that are, loving you, caring on you, giving you everything that you would give them. If you could, if you would, if you can, basically coming from selfless, unconditional love, existing within love. And I think that's attainable. I really do. Where you wake up every day and you do something that you're really proud of. That when the sun rises, you rise with it. And you realize that it's a blessing that you're witnessing another sunrise or another sunset. So I sure wish Hollywood would reopen. I need to get to my reading. I sure wish that people could commune again and we could all go kayaking together. I really wish that the world could heal. It's all vibration. If we're all operating on a higher vibration and we're extending ourselves to other people and we're all helping each other, then the world will be a beautiful place. That the times that we're all about ourselves. It seems like when times are good, human beings tend to isolate themselves or, uh, I don't know, just revel in the fact that things are good. And I think that we should change. And then when things are bad, they tend to group together or bond or, families strengthen, things change. People have more acceptance when things are bad. What if we change that? What if when things are good, that's when the bond deepens? That's when the things go that way. So I've been out here in the desert. I think it's going on 30 days almost. And looking forward to the end of the month. But Steve Sisolak, our governor of Nevada, was on TV last night with a lot of people, and he was telling us that the pandemic does not end until basically they say the coast is clear or the numbers are declining. Right now they're climbing, and they're climbing exponentially. So, 900 cases, 58 deaths, and the numbers are climbing. So it's really important that we don't stop doing, as the numbers are climbing in your area, we don't stop doing the due diligence. We don't stop isolating ourselves. We don't stop washing our hands. We don't stop keeping up with our vitamin intake, our nutrient intake, our hydration. As a matter of fact, I'm going to drink some water. Take care of yourself and take care of your family. And then, if someone does have a sore throat, I had a sore throat yesterday after working all day, and I realized that I was just kind of run down. I probably smoked too much, and I don't have coronavirus. Your mind goes, holy shit, I feel like I'm getting sick. Oh God, I got the coronavirus. And probably people around you would agree. They would be like, oh man, you should go get checked. You might need to go to the hospital and wait 17 hours until they come in with a bunch of coverage. And the fact of the matter is you weren't sick with coronavirus. You just had maybe a little scratch in your throat or something. You freaked out. You're a hypochondriac. You went to the hospital. And now because you exposed yourself to that shit, you might have coronavirus. So I think about things beyond, being an empath, being a clairvoyant or a psychic or clairaudient. It's not rocket science. It's basically taking pieces and bits of information and then analyzing all. It's like looking at a 3D object, and instead of looking at it like it's flat from one perspective, you run around it and take a little video in your mind, and you can see the whole object. And now that the object is in view, now you can tell what it is, and you might even be able to back up and see where that object is headed. Just by looking at the past, looking at the present, and looking at the future. And we go in cycles, and things repeat themselves all the time. probably on my videos, I have 115 videos. I probably repeated myself 114 times. I don't know. But we repeat cycles. When we break a cycle or something changes, then the whole thing changes and the outcome becomes different. The outcome becomes different. If you're constantly focused, okay, there's some people that I know that are constantly focused on, oh my God, well, if you lost your job, what are you going to do? Or if this is happening in the world, what are we going to do? Well, an empathic person or a clairvoyant person will go, this moment happened, and I can't tell right now if it was positive or negative. It might have been a negative moment, but it might lead to a positive outcome. It might be just the fork in the road that brought you to the right spot, that put you in the right trajectory, that gave you the motivation and gave you the, the fire. It gave you the fire to just go, you know what? Fuck this. I'm doing something else. And I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. And you can watch me do it. And then be all sorry that you did it. And then we can have forgiveness in our hearts. We can forgive people. I mean, people that come at us from low vibration or try to rock our world, or, oh, watch this, I'm going to change everything because I'm going to use my free will against the universe. And that shit doesn't work. I've tried and tried and tried. It does not work. If you use free will against the universe, plan on living in a lot of karma. Definitely a lot of karma. So, people have different opinions. I don't give a shit about what people think about me. I know at one point, the people that think negative about me, at one point, we were probably good friends or at least on communication terms. And I will always be doing something out of love for everyone I encounter. You can ask anybody back down the road if we've had times, if you really think back, did you have good times where Steve was like a best friend of yours? And the answer is yes. I know that every single one of my friends, every single one of my love acquaintances, every single boss, at one point or another, they can tell you that I was a hard worker, that I came from a loving place, that I'm a sweet person, that I've got a big heart, regardless of whatever they think now. So, and that's the truth. That goes for everybody. So in the collective, we need to be a lot more forgiving, understanding, in our relationships, in our marriages, in everything. We need to be more, I don't know what the word is. I just think people tend to hold on to resentment way too long. They tend to hold on to things that don't really matter. I've done this myself a ton. And hang on to a bunch of negative shit that isn't doing anything in your life. And just, oh God, I'm going to hang on to this because it's all that I know, and this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to use my free will to try and control the situation. There's no control. People are dying right now. There's, hardship in the streets. When you drive down into Las Vegas, you're like, holy crap. The homeless are still there, but everybody's gone, except for some security guards, maybe some police presence. Everybody is gone. There's not a tourist in sight. And then there's some, pardon me, dumb people. I mean, I'm down there because I want to see what's going on. But the truth of the matter is, nobody should be down there. Everybody should be in their homes or going out to a natural setting that they're far away from people. Going and hanging out in the Walmart or wherever, I think it should be like, unless you need something, you don't go to Walmart. I mean, I see a lot of people going to Walmart for entertainment, and that's not good. We're in a pandemic, and, if you're going to do things for entertainment, do something outside with some fresh air. Do something way out in the countryside or, somewhere where you're not engaging with a crowd and people touching everything. Because not everybody washes their hands and not everybody is as cleanly as you are. So, yeah. Whew. What a morning. Last night I slept all the way through. I know I did wake up. I was up for, I think, an hour. It was an off time. It was like 4:30 or 5 in the morning. And then I just stayed up and watched the sunrise. My video is getting pretty long, so I'm going to cut it there. We'll try and end at 22:22 if that's possible. Y'all have a good day now. You hear?